Kia ora! Welcome back to Video Drones. I'm Hannah Hart.
And I'm Nicholas Hart.
Yes, and I'm also Gothy Gladys today, if you can't tell. Yes, which may give you some indication of what we're going to be talking about in this here fine video. We figured that we don't get an opportunity to do these very often, but every year we've got to do like our top films of the year, and we've got to do our top horrors because that's our favourite genre. So, if Auntie Gladys doesn't kind of give you some ideas, this is our best of the year, best horrors of the year, 2025.
So far.
So far. There will be more.
There will be some good ones.
Yeah.
So.
There will also be some terrible ones. So it's the ones we've really liked and ones that we thought were pretty good, and some also dishonourable mentions because there's been some hideously bad horror films as well as some really, really, really good horror films. Oh yes, and this is Junji. Yes.
Named after Junji Ito.
Of course. We have to have, oh, we've got a pillow that goes with him too. Would you look at that? We got that before we got Junji's. Oh, he's having a good time being the star of the show. Okay, so I'm going to start with, in no particular order, I'm not ranking them. Nick might rank his. I'm not going to rank mine. I'm going to go with Weapons because it's very topical. We freaking loved Weapons. It was so much fun. It was quite demented.
Yes, it was.
It had... I still think about it. It's one of those films that I'm still thinking about. I really love the character of Gladys. I love anything that's got anything to do with witches, and she was one of the most interesting, probably accurate witches in a lot of ways that I've seen portrayed in cinema. She's like unbelievably powerful, and she can just make people do whatever she wants. To be fair though, if I had her powers, I'd be doing some stuff to politicians and, you know, certain billionaires, but you know, I can't judge. She's got her own ways of doing things, and that's fair enough. But great performances, quite subversive, really fun, really demented, and just, yeah, a great grand old time. I really, really enjoyed it.
Yes, and so the films I'm choosing are ones that I've watched this year. So, there are a couple that may have come out at the tail end of 2024, but they didn't come out to New Zealand cinemas until like early 2025.
Yeah, and so we watched it for the first time, and they are recent films.
Yeah. I'm going to do my 10 in reverse order, going down to my favourites. So my number 10 is Baby Invasion by Harmony Korine.
I was thinking about putting that in there. Is it a horror?
It is. The rule for me is that all of these films, even though some of them might not seem exactly like horrors, they are listed as horror on IMDb. So
there you go.
Along with other genres as well. But yeah, I mean, Baby Invasion is a genre and form in obliterating film, and it's they're not like traditional narratives or anything, which is really exciting to see someone doing something like that. And the previous one, Aggro Drift, was really good as well, but Baby Invasion is slightly more of a horror, sort of home invasion thing. Great score by Burial as well. Yeah.
And I absolutely fucking hate AI. AI can go get bent. But the way that Harmony Korine as an artist has used real people combined with some sort of AI baby faces, I'm like, well, then you're actually combining that art with real art, and it's not just ripping off someone's work. So he took the form and did something really creative and new with it, and now it's done. So we don't have to do anything more with it.
He's not only using AI, he's using like CG and kind of like he's using literally everything at once, and including the kitchen sink. It's kind of like it's just part of, you know, the process of making that film. I don't think he likes even calling them films because he wants he's a big gamer and he wants to kind of blend gaming and film together. He said he's very bored with films, especially like the kind of films where you're sitting in a room talking to each other. He hates that shit, so you'd hate what we're doing right now.
I'm sorry, but we really liked your film. Harmony Korine's a really creative, interesting person and continues to put out really innovative content. So
it's great.
Media. I hate that fucking
content creator.
Content creators. I wish we could do. There was a film a while back about influencers, but it did not go hard enough on influencers. It should have like just desecrated them. But okay, so I'm going to move on to Rabbit Trap, which is. So
is that your number 2, or is that
no?
Your number
I said
8?
no particular order for me. I'm just.
Yeah, I found it hard to do an order, but I've done one, so I'm going to do it.
Good for you. Right up the top there for me was Rabbit Trap. I don't know if other people have been able to see it yet, but it's like it's a folk horror, and it's about these two musicians that like really into creating. Like one of them goes and gets field recordings, which is something I love. Yes, and then the woman, his partner, she makes them into songs, which sounded really cool, but at the head of their time. But because it's all set in the 70s, it's all analog gear that you'd actually use to make electronic music in that era. The production design is fucking gorgeous, and it really gets folk horror. It really gets the idea behind the fae. It really gets themes of alienation, and this other character that pops up, fucking gorgeous. I really emotionally connected to it as well. Sorry about Junji just creating havoc over there, but.
And there were people in the UK around that time doing that kind of thing, like Throb and Gristle, and then Coil especially, were probably closer in spirit to that film. That film is like number 5 on my list.
Cool.
So, and I should just say, so we don't double up.
Yeah.
You said Weapons, right? So Weapons is like number 7 on my list. And I loved it, and I loved the Magnolia references.
Yeah.
I'd been very excited about
clear.
Paul Thomas Anderson releasing a new film, and had kind of been thinking about Magnolia and the structure of it, and it was cool to see another film do that. It was just a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun, and there were some great shots. The shot with the machine gun after Josh Brolin has that nightmare, that was really beautiful. Reminded me a bit of Donnie Darko with the kind of things hovering in the sky, and
the director's got really good taste in cinema, and referenced a lot of The Shining and Magnolia, and but then also created his own kind of thing. So.
Yeah, and then Lynch with Gladys and like the Twin Peaks thing. He said that he's a huge Lynch fan, and that he actually does transcendental meditation to try and catch the big fish to get ideas for his own films. So that's quite cool. Yeah, that's a very special film. I highly recommend you check it out, and I would absolutely kill to see it in cinemas. So fingers crossed we actually do get to see it here in the cinema. That would make me very happy. I'm gonna jump into Bring Her Back. Of course, I fucking love this movie. Oh my god, that's number 9 on my list.
Oh, so good.
It's really cool.
And the fact that these two fucking the directors are like these brothers. They're so deranged. They started out on YouTube doing like videos where they beat each other up and do these sorts of crazy pranks, but they're making some of the most emotionally resonant films about grief and guilt and loss,
which is a kind of like beating a dead horse in a way, because I'm not saying it's a bad film, but it's just the whole grief porn thing is like
getting a little overdone now.
It's just but they do
it
brought
so well.
new life to it. I thought like it was really good.
They really did. There's a scene with a knife and some teeth that is honestly probably one of the most uncomfortable things I've ever witnessed. Like I was crawling back in my chair in the movies, like trying to kind of get away from it, and just the sound. And a side note, the Foley effects, one of the directors didn't like the Foley effects, so he actually got a knife in his teeth and was making the sounds himself. That's why they sound so very authentic.
And they were very lucky to work with Sally Hawkins.
Oh my gosh,
she's one of my favourite actors, and I love her in Happy Go Lucky, the Mike Leigh film.
Yeah,
she's really good.
She's incredible.
They were lucky to have her. I mean, she was lucky to work with them as well. It was just a good collaboration, I think. Yeah,
I loved Talk to Me. I loved Bring Her Back. I thought it was even more rich, had more depth.
It's more personal and more real in a way or something. It was,
we were really, really, really impressed with that. Great cinematic experience too. Really fun with a full theatre. Lots of people cringing and getting freaked out, and it's got the creeps. It's got the kind of the horror, but it's also like quite a beautiful film in a lot of ways. And what was your next one?
My next one was Never Let Go by Alexandra Aja. Who did The Hills Have Eyes remake, which I really, really like, and Mirrors, which is another remake of a maybe a Thai film, or I really liked it. It had Halle Berry.
With the kids in the
cottage. in the forest, and you're kind of wondering whether she is just crazy and is kind of putting these kids through hell, or if there is actually something out in the forest and she's just being really careful about saving their lives, basically.
Yeah, that was very interesting. Actually, It
was very early in the year, but he's someone that and he did High Tension, the sort of new French extremity film that got him famous, or popular at least. And I loved that. Hills Have Eyes, Mirrors, but then he kind of went a bit downhill, in my opinion. He did Horns and The Ninth Life of Louis Drax. These kind of kids, like, maybe he had a kid and he wanted, like a lot of directors like Eli Roth, they kind of make these like comedy horror for kids and stuff. But it was really cool to see him coming back with like an actual horror. Yeah. Like Sam Raimi has a horror coming out soon as well, which was really, really exciting.
I couldn't believe it. We were watching this trailer and then I was like, this sounds like Sam Raimi, and it's made by Sam Raimi, and we were like, what? We were very excited about that. Big fan of his work. Yeah, it was interesting because
he's never done a bad horror.
No, he can't do a bad horror.
His horrors are great.
His horrors are great. And I thought it's interesting that you say that maybe he had children and made sort of softer films, because this is all about a mother and her children and this really warped relationship she's got with them, which echoes a lot of really warped relationships that parents have with their children, which is also freaking kind of cool.
It's a very adult horror, Yeah, it's not like a PG-13.
No, but it's
Horrors
about children.
should not be PG-13. I mean, there are a couple that are okay.
Good Boy did a pretty good job with its
it was alright.
PG. I like the dog's acting, but I liked it. I like the perspective, I like the ideas, but it wasn't amazing. But because it's PG-13, we could have done with some more gore. But I really enjoyed that. But yeah, no, I really liked that. It was a very it was a very atmospheric film, and it kind of reminded. I really love Take Shelter, which isn't really technically a horror, but it kind of reminded me of that. I love films where you're like, is this person crazy, or is there actually something going on? And I love films like that. They tend to make me think quite a lot about them. Same. 28 years later, like, come on.
I did love that, but that's actually on the first one on my honourable mentions.
Fair enough. I love the zombie genre, even though I know they're not supposed to be zombies, blah, blah, blah.
I did love it. I want to see it again.
It's so good. It's just so gruesome. I love these incredible shots that they've done with all these different, like, they had heaps and heaps of cell phones where they've done the gore shots, and the way that they shot.
It was mainly shot on a cell phone.
It was
a very, like, adapted kind of cell phone.
It felt very immediate. It felt very visceral. It felt very, like, in your face.
Yeah. Took the actors a while to get used to acting to a phone, because it was a very different thing to like a big camera. Made
my year when they were criticising the plastic surgery face of like...
I loved that so much.
I was like, please, more commentary like this. But what else can we expect from Danny Boyle?
It's a very polarising film, and I didn't really think it would be, but we've got friends who absolutely hated it or kind of felt offended by it in a way.
Yeah, they were like upset about it, but
so
I don't know.
It's good. I mean, if it's pushing buttons, it's a good thing. It is pushing
buttons. I thought, as a parent with chronic health issues, I really, really, really appreciated seeing a parent that's got this unexplained illness and is going through it, and how she learns to, like, I don't know, it's all about like her and her son and their relationship and him being able to let go of her. And I mean, I'll try and just close your ears for a couple of seconds if you haven't seen it, but like the way she's guided into her passing was so beautiful and so honourable. And anyone like me who's dealing with death hovering over me and me seeking things, that is a beautiful end to a life, and something I'd have no problem with. The only sad thing about death to me is like leaving the people I love behind. Like I think, geez, I won't see my children anymore, I won't see my loved ones anymore, I won't see my children anymore. But I actually thought it was really, a lot of people were kind of like, the mother character was like kind of not fleshed out enough. She was too kind of stereotypical, but I didn't think that. I actually thought it was one of the most beautiful depictions of a mother and son relationship, and of course I could connect to it more. But just the honour that they showed to her, like I thought if I could have a death like that, if I could have an ending like that, a send off, I would be so happy. It was very beautiful.
Really well done.
Yeah, really.
And I think it wasn't manipulative in the way a lot of films like that are, especially.
No, exactly.
The score was done by this group called Young Fathers, and
that's so good.
The music was like jarringly, how do I say it? Like it didn't really fit the imagery, and it's like there's a scene right at the start, quite a violent scene, and it's the first time you hear their music, and it's this really upbeat pop anthem, and all this really dark shit is happening in front of you, and it's quite exciting to hear, to sort of witness clashing imagery and music.
I love that intro scene with
started
the kids and
well.
the Teletubbies, and then the
Yeah,
church scene with the minister. He's like getting off on getting like torn apart. Mwah! So Alex Garland and Danny Boyle, when they team up, it's so good.
Totally, but they've been a bit bland by themselves lately, so it's exciting.
They need to be together. There's something about the yin and the yang of them, what they both bring to the table, and I think Alex is a far better writer than he is a director, so...
Yeah.
And I think Boyle's got that genuine punk ethos, like it's true, it's real in him.
He did that Sex Pistols TV show, which was okay.
It was pretty good, but I think he did it better than anybody else would. But he still has that actual, you can feel it in his work. He's still very punk.
I'm looking forward to the sequel to this in a couple of months. It comes out in January, The Bone Temple, and it's directed by the woman who did Candyman remake, or sequel, I should say.
I liked that. A lot of people didn't. But
I liked it.
Not as much as the original. You can't really compare. But I really appreciated the perspective she brought to it. Okay, your next one?
And I was just going to say that Cillian Murphy is coming back for one of the... He might be in the end of The Bone Temple, but I think he's going to be in all of the last film, which they haven't listed the director yet, but I think Danny Boyle will probably do it if Cillian Murphy's producing and acting in it, so that'll probably come out later next year or something like that. Okay, so my next one is Cloud by Kiyoshi Kurosawa. And I see you've got Chime as well, which came out a bit earlier, but
I did see it this year.
If Chime was like a feature length, I would have preferred that to Cloud. Cloud's more of a psychological thriller about reselling stuff in Tokyo, but it does actually say psychological horror, which is the reason I've included it.
Fucking resellers, man, they're the worst. We had such a treat with two Kiyoshi Kurosawa offerings.
Also, he's remade his Yakuza gangster flick, the Serpent's Path, which we haven't even watched yet, but we've got
very excited.
And that's supposed to be okay. Cloud's supposed to sort of, I think, is regarded as the better one of the three. But it's great that he's doing these sort of darker films again, because I think that's what he's really good at.
He's so good.
All of his films are good, but it's great when he's doing stuff like this.
Chime was... Okay, so you need to... If you can't find Chime on a big screen, which you probably won't, headphones. I watched it on our, big TV. It's got good sound and everything. Not a sound surround, but I watched it again on my laptop in the dark with my headphones on.
On acid.
I wish.
I'm just joking.
I don't think I actually... No, I wouldn't wish. I would not fucking ever. No, because acid is not a fun time for me. So I watched it with my headphones on with the laptop, and it was a billion times more frightening, even though I found it originally very frightening and very unsettling. But you have to listen to it, because it's a listen as much as a see experience, and it was just phenomenal, and it made me want to rewatch everything that I love that way. I never thought I'd say that, but I've got, good Sennheiser over the ear headphones. I've got, screen's good. But when you watch it in a certain way, when it's set up just right, it's a really good.
And David Lynch approves as well.
Lynch approves.
And I wanted to shout out David Lynch, because he really is a horror director, was a horror director in a way, and he died earlier in the year, and we rewatched all of his films, and it was very sad, but it was very special to spend time with his beautiful creations. And and he does say, like, if you're in a... He doesn't like watching films on phones, but he says if you have a laptop and it's just like a couple, very close to you, like the size it would be if you're in a cinema, basically, and you have all of the lights off in the room, and you have headphones for really good sound, then it's okay. You're allowed to do it. I'm excited. I'm really excited to rewatch a lot of my favourites that way. It's a very exciting... I just kind of blew my mind. I'm glad that Chime was the film that revealed that truth to me. That's good. Yes. Okay, I'm going to say The Ugly Stepsister. Yeah, I nearly said that. I actually forgot to put it on my honourable mentions, but I loved that film. I loved it. Man, that was absolutely brilliant. And you know what? It's all the stuff that the ugly stepsister goes through to become beautiful. You think this is like a horror film, like this wouldn't have really happened. All the things that they were doing to her, horror, like sewing on eyelashes into her freaking eyes and breaking her nose and putting this weird like mask thing over it, and the tapeworm egg thing.
The tapeworm egg isn't actually as big as they show in the film, but they did eat the tapeworms. So all of these really messed up things that they were doing, these horrible things, which is so similar to what people do with plastic surgery now.
True.
It's like they actually did them, and it's so well acted, and it's good. It's just a really good film.
Everything about it's great.
Even it sort of goes outside the genre of horror of just being like just an exceptional film that it's got it's got gross stuff, but it's also just freaking brilliant, and I loved it so much.
Same.
Made me very happy.
It's kind of on my top 10, but
it's
I knew you'd choose it actually too. So.
Loved it.
This came out actually at the start of 2024 at Cannes, but it didn't make it to New Zealand theatres until mid this year, 2025. The Shrouds by David Cronenberg. Oh. I just love everything he does, and even his quieter. This is a film about grief, but a really good one. And a lot of people have complained about the conspiratorial kind of elements of the film, just sort of losing the thread of the grief sort of thread that it starts with. But I think it's great. All of his films have a conspiratorial thing. All his best films, think of Existenz and Videodrome. They
even Eastern Promises, he's like undercover and he doesn't know if they know, and there's all this sort of stuff going on.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, I think that's one of his themes.
But Cronenberg also has said that when someone you love dies, you are going to create some kind of conspiracy, even if it's just saying the doctor didn't do their job properly, or someone at work did something that caused something that led to something. You're always kind of gonna.
Actually, it's interesting. I always felt really bad because not long before my granddad died, he helped me carry some heavy bags, and I always felt so bad, that could have contributed to it.
That's exactly the thing. So that's why the conspiracy thing is in the film. So if you watch it, it's kind of knowing that, it makes a bit more sense. It's easily his most personal film, but he does also say very strongly, and a lot of the time, that art is not therapy for him. He doesn't benefit him mentally in a therapeutic way that helps him through life or anything.
No,
it's just something he has to do, which is
what we're like with music. Yeah, something we have to do. It's not therapy. To be fair though, if I didn't make music and scream and stuff, I would probably need therapy.
Directing a film takes so long in pre-production, and it's a nightmare. It's with music, I can go and play drums and bash them, and it is like therapy because it's a physical thing, and you're doing it in real time. A film has that pre-production phase, then the production phase, then the post-production phase, which can be very, very long, and it's a lot of planning and work, timing and money and people, vultures hanging over you, telling you to hurry up, and that you don't have enough money to do that.
You can't do that. No.
So music's a bit different, I think.
It is. Okay, which one did
I did The Shrouds.
Okay, I'm going to do Best Wishes to All, which I know will be on your list.
That's number 3 on my list.
Yeah.
I loved that.
J-horror's back, baby, it's back.
That's one of my favourite subgenres. Folk horror, J-horror, and body horror, my favourites.
I think the less said about this, the better.
Yeah.
Just go watch it.
It's really good.
It's so fucking good.
Debut
so
film
happy
as well, so I'm really excited about that director doing more stuff.
We're very excited about the director and hoping to see a lot more.
Another disclaimer about that: it was actually made in 2022, but it hasn't really been released, I think, in the West until this year, possibly. I've only sort of heard about it earlier in 2025, and it's just been impossible to find it until a month or 2 ago. So
it's so good, made me so happy. It's so demented. It's just it's beautiful. It's beautiful. There's nothing to fault. It's such a perfect movie.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Yes. My number 2 is Dead Mail.
I have Dead Mail.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. Okay, this is a really low budget little gem that Damien from Greco-Romantic alerted us to.
It's really, really good. Very creepy, very there's a lot of retro sort of 80s films, but this one really gets it right.
It gets it right.
Feels like you're in that time, and the people in it. I've known lots of people like that, maybe not that I haven't done things as fucked up as that, but there's personalities and like it's just another exciting kind of voice.
Very excited to see like more and more and more. It's kind of all about like synthesizer nerds.
Yeah, another
which is
music
also
horror.
like really great. Like there's another music horror, and it's just it's brilliant. It's so freaking a little bit like Creep, but like better than Creep. Yeah.
People are the monsters.
They really are, and it's so nerdy and it's so great, and it's got so many niche little things in there, and it's delightful and also creepy. It's also definitely horror.
Yes.
So we both did Dead Male.
Yep. My number one is The Surfer.
We had. Well, wasn't that a great film? If you've seen it, wasn't that a blast? That was horrific.
I've seen it a couple of times now. It's great.
Oh my God, just everything he's going through. It's
just a great performance, and I love the setting.
Yeah.
Don't live here, don't serve here.
Don't serve here.
It's just it's a fun place to be for like nearly 2 hours.
Fun, but really torturous.
Then to like go back to your real life.
It's a goddamn grind, man. The stuff he's going through just to get by, and just like all these little things that just get worse and worse and worse. But it's so
it's a bit
brilliant.
like falling down.
Yeah, actually, that's a bit.
Film
and
in a way.
You could psychoanalyze. You could analyze it in a lot of different ways. But it's about fatherhood. It's about capitalism. It's about locals and like not wanting outsiders coming in. Which I've lived in small communities, and I know what that's like. Sometimes it's been very hostile. Sometimes it's been very welcoming. But just wow! That's another film that made me extremely excited and happy and revved up.
Irish director who did Vivarium and a couple of other things that we really
Vivarium,
really
I love Vivarium.
That one in the forest. I've forgotten
yes,
the name.
the one that we finally watched together.
I can't remember the name.
Your Name or something. That one is a big favourite of mine. I finally got Nick to watch it. It's like super low budget folk horror.
Yeah,
about a guy that goes into the forest to kind of like survey it, and things just start getting weird. And it's fucking gorgeous. The Surfer. So much fun.
So the director's name is Lorcan Finnegan.
Yes, Lorcan Finnegan.
Yeah, he's definitely one to keep looking out for. I just think
it was
so
a good as well.
Perfect match having Nicholas. Someone is kind of with the personality as big as him to sort of chew on the scenery. It was great. I mean, it's a real character study.
It really is, and I knew when Lorcan was involved that it would be amazing, and it was even more better than
the screening I saw. He actually recorded a special introduction.
I know, you're so lucky I didn't get to go.
I'm seeing Begonia tomorrow night at an early screening as well.
It's sad, isn't
I doubt your guys would have filmed an intro.
It's really sad because like I can't go to certain cinemas because their seats are just too uncomfortable because my body is just so munted. So I don't get to go to lots of screenings. But Nick goes for us, and I live vicariously through his.
We end up watching them together.
Yeah, we all end up watching them. Lumiere is really comfortable. So.
Lumiere is great, but we do have a festival called Terrify, and they sort of show horror, sci-fi stuff.
Yeah, but they show it at the most uncomfortable theatre.
Where your son works.
Yeah. I love that place.
Shout out to Ethan.
Shout out to my boy working at the cinema. The video. It's like one of the only like physical video shops that are still left as well. Love it, absolutely adore it. It's just my body and those seats do not combine.
So some honourable mentions.
Hey, I've still got 2 more.
Oh, you've got more?
Yeah. I'm going to mention Presence. Steven Soderbergh.
I like that a lot.
Start from the perspective of an entity in a home, and I'm not going to spoil it, but there's stuff that happens there that really kind of works with time. And okay, if you want me to make a specific video just on this, let me know. But I there's things about that film.
Very emotional film, surprisingly for Soderbergh.
Yeah. And there's stuff in that film that made me go, this is the best depiction of a haunting I've seen because of something that happened to me in one of my houses that I lived in. So blew my little mind, and it looks gorgeous, and it's really emotional. There's a few scenes in it that really, really stuck with me, and I thought it was a really, really clever take on the sort of supernatural, paranormal entity type genre, and it was so well done.
A lot of douchebags were saying it's like it's like Steven Soderbergh light. It's one of his not so good ones. Like
it was definitely
Commode, who can go and stick his head in a commode.
He
was sort of moaning about it, and you know, I heard a lot of people say that. But I actually...
It's the best thing Soderbergh's done in ages.
I know. I actually
like
think
ages.
Presence, his remake of... Well, his version of the book Solaris, which really is, you know, referencing the film, it's Tarkovsky's film, and Traffic, I think, is his best film, easily. But those three.
And you did The Nick, right?
Yeah, he did.
But I really enjoyed The Nick. It's so gory, and so I love all that kind of like old medical technology and that era, and and the music that they used in it. I really like The Nick.
And there was that real. Speaking of Nick, there was a real that bizarre film Schizopolis where he's doing faces in the mirror.
Oh yeah.
It reminded you of me.
Yeah, it did actually. It really did. That's an interesting film. And so the last one on my top list is Noise, which is a K horror, and it's about that one was so good.
There's House of Sayuri as well.
I've got that on my list.
Yep.
I do, as an honourable mention. So yeah, it's called Noise. It's a K horror. It's about. So this woman moves into an apartment and there's people complaining that she's making all this noise, and I fucking have a weird thing about noises. I get misophonia, so even eating and stuff can drive me absolutely insane. Dripping cats,
me insane too.
clocks, everything. So I like that concept kind of grabbed me, but it just gets darker and darker and darker. It's really good. One of the best K horrors I've seen in a long time. So check that out. Okay. Honourable mentions. So we'll whip through them really fast. Yeah. Just boom, 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 boom.
Together with Dave Franco and Alison Brie. I like that. I didn't like it as much as there seems to be a thing. I mean, films are always hyped up, but this year people seem to be saying this is the best horror ever made, and you kind of get really high expectations. So I liked it. Didn't love it. Hello Road, I thought was really good with Rosamund Pike. It's mainly set in a car where they're driving out.
Oh yeah, I was going to put that on. Yeah,
it was good. Again, not like the best,
but it had a really good. It had some unexpected twists and turns, which I really appreciated. Yeah. Check that one out because trust the journey with that film because it's really well acted, of course, Rosamund Pike. But then like it becomes what you think it might be. It's just stick it out with that one.
The person that did Under the Shadow and. That New Orleans one with the cannibal Armie Hammer. I've forgotten the name of it, but I actually kind of like that one. Set in New Orleans, sort of a bar. He's like a bartender, and it's got Dakota Johnson as well. Anyway, I like him as a director.
Yeah, he's really good. Yeah. Small, just a few actors, small set kind of thing. I love that.
Rule of Jenny Penn.
Of course, that's on my list. Yeah, Rule of Jenny Penn. We saw that in the cinema with the kids, and that was a lot of fun. I think did Will come as well?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. That was a fun one to see in theatres. We wanted to support it because it's a New Zealand film, and boy,
great performances.
Great performances. John Lithgow,
two-hander. This is another actor, but
just like what and Jeffrey Rush. Jeffrey Rush.
Yes.
Yeah. Great film. Love that.
The Monkey.
The Monkey, that was one that you just go on and you just have fun. Yeah. And you enjoy the kills. And it's silly. And that was one we watched with the kids and had a good old cackle. Don't take it too seriously.
In a similar way, Final Destination Bloodlines was fun. Yeah,
it was fun. The CGI was terrible, but there were moments with like finger skinning things and I don't know. There were little bits that made it fun, and I thought it was actually a really solid entry into the Final Destination franchise, which we rewatched and then went coming up to it. Yeah, it's a great entry into that franchise. The CGI is shit, but what do we expect? They're not like up there. I never wear a T-shirt of their movies, but I would go see them at the movies because I know that there's going to be lots of kills and hopefully lots of creative kills, which is always fun.
So you list your other ones.
Okay.
I've got one more.
I've got Nosferatu. I thought it was gorgeous looking. I love the way it looked. I love the atmosphere. Free Walker, which is an Irish folk horror, which is the one, when...
I like it.
And it's got all this really cool stuff like, like iron and horseshoes and explains some of the lore around the Fae. Once again, like a folk horror that really goes into the lore of the Fae, which I really appreciate. And it has it's creepy and I really liked it. Red Rooms. Okay, so we watched this earlier than most people, but people are just watching it now.
Linked. Yeah, but it's great film.
Please see Red Rooms. Everyone who's seen it seems to love it.
That would probably be on my top 10 actually.
Yeah, at the time we saw it, that was like a top 10 of the year, but no one else had seen it. Definitely check out Red Rooms. Brilliant. It's just such an interesting insight into the minds of people that follow killers, that are interested in killers. Wolfman, I actually really like the take of Wolfman. I thought it could have been better, but I wanted to mention it that I like the transformation scenes. I like really appreciated the practical effects, how they focused on that.
Leigh-Whannell's not a bad director.
No, he's not bad at all.
I like The Invisible Man, and he wrote Saw.
Yeah,
and is acted in it.
It's more the fact that the practical effects were in there, and I also thought it was a great story about intergenerational curses, about alcoholism, addiction, and I found it quite moving at times, and it's hard to move me, but it wasn't like in a manipulative way. House of Sayuri, which is Koji Shirashi.
Exactly.
He does lots of found footage stuff that I absolutely adore. That's really demented. Why did you do that?
So I don't like found footage.
You like a couple of them now.
No, I don't really.
So that one was that touches on some topics that Japanese directors don't normally touch on, but is a very, very important topic to discuss. Definitely check it out. It's great. It's not found footage this time. It's got a big budget, creepy as hell, great acting, great story. I also quite liked elements of him. I didn't go see him because everyone said it was shit, but then when I watched it, I was like, hang on, isn't this kind of all about like how black athletes are black people in general are manipulated by the fucking old white men? Has a really moiterous ending, which I love the ending, and it has Julia Fox in it, which is always fun. Really gorgeous to look at too. Like nothing like groundbreaking, but I actually thought like the whole story behind it was good, and maybe it was just racism that made people go about it, because I thought it was quite an empowering film, especially for the African American community. We saw The Hand That Rocks the Cradle recently, with Micah Monroe, who I adore, and what's her name?
Mary Elizabeth Winstead.
Mary Elizabeth Winstead. That was great because it was like, it wasn't trying to replicate the original Hand That Rocked the Cradle. It was like a modern Hand That Rocked the Cradle. Had some good twists and turns. Oh, he's checking it out. Had some good twists and turns. I really, really enjoyed that. That's right up there for me. And The Long Walk, I really liked that there were a lot of young actors we hadn't seen before. Philip Seymour Hoffman's son is in it. Yes, Philip Seymour Hoffman's son is in it, Gingy, which made me really emotional because he's still kind of here with us. And the guy from Alien, the new Alien one, Alien with the space thing, which was great to see. Lots of great young actors. Very revolutionary ending, which I appreciated, which was a real like fuck you too.
Okay, so my last honourable mention is not is a TV show, and it's called The Narrow Road to the Deep North. To me, that is a horror.
Actually, no, I would say
especially that episode 3 or whatever it was, the end of it. That was one of the hardest things to watch I've ever watched in my whole life.
And you know, we are really thick skinned when it comes to deeply traumatic stuff. But me and Nick were like shaking. We were just like, holy! It's like the 4th episode towards the end.
Yeah.
I basically recommended it to everyone, but I said, look, if you're sensitive at all, please skip this one part. When you see the Japanese guard start beating the prisoner, just fast forward to stop, because it's so
the director
upsetting.
of Snowtown is perfect with war movies.
Well, I mean, we
TV shows.
we absolutely adore his films, and they have a sadism in them that is just so frightening and so real. And we don't love him for the sadism, but we appreciate the fact that he takes it further than most directors, and it's far more realistic and far more unsettling, and it sticks with you. And he definitely has this moment in this TV show, and oh man, we were crying, right? We were bawling our eyes out. But absolutely incredible TV series.
So dishonourable mentions. Companion is my most hated film of the last few years. I hate that fucking piece of shit.
That was not empowering in any way. That was actually just bullshit. Yep.
Films don't need to be empowering.
Well, I think people were trying to act like it was empowering, but it fucking wasn't.
Yeah.
I think it was bullshit.
The Gorge.
Yes.
My second one.
Gorge. Dog shit. Shouldn't have been great actors, but
you did love the CGI.
Oh, I loved the CGI. It made me so happy.
And one that I don't think you've seen yet, but I saw it at the film festival, Went Up the Hill. It's a New Zealand film.
Oh yes, that's terrible.
With there was a woman from Phantom Thread and this guy who was in Stranger Things, maybe. But yeah, that just got terrible. It started okay, but it just went downhill and.
He was really good in
became
Horde.
really, really cheesy.
It's not Horde isn't a horror, but you should totally check out Horde. Whoever the actor was that was in that bad Kiwi movie was really good in Horde. About that hoarding situation, the mother that she was hoarding stuff. And yeah, it's about her daughter.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's really, really good.
And one that we watched not too long ago, but it's so forgettable and so irritating. Psychotherapy: The Shallow Tale of a Writer Who Decided to Write About a Serial Killer. Steve Buscemi is in it, and that made me want to watch it. But
the music.
But people keep comparing it to Jarmusch, saying it's like a Jarmusch film. It's the last fucking reference.
What absolutely? You don't know fucking Jarmusch if you say that. And the music was horrible.
Yeah, it was just
Oh, so bad. I almost put it down, but I couldn't be bothered writing it all
The
up.
kind of like the person who made that film is like the last person on earth I'd ever want to like have to have dinner with or something. Spend some time with. And so yeah, you continue.
Okay, quickly. Traumatica. Oh my god, that was like some high school students. Like, it was really hyped up. Absolute garbage. Nothing good about it. Everything was terrible. Witchboard, which started out kind of good, but then the CGI was just so bad, and it was just terrible. The Conjuring Last Rites, not scary at all. Absolute bollocks. Sorry, it was really fucking bad. The Ritual with Dan Stevens, an old Hollywood dad.
Can't even remember.
Al Pacino. It was so bad. It was just embarrassing. I don't know what the fuck Dan Stevens was doing in that film. And then we had Inkemper, which is a movie, not the TV show. It was absolutely bollocks. Drop. Everyone thought that was so clever, but it was predictable and boring.
Can't really remember that either.
Oh, it's that woman's on a date.
I just can't remember anything apart from that.
Absolute tripe. And the last one is Death of a Unicorn. Also, absolute fucking tripe.
The only reason that isn't on my dishonourable mentions is that it starts with a Cocteau Twins song, and
then it's all downhill
any film is, I let it off if it has Cocteau Twins in it, which is very rare that a film does. And my last
disappointingly stupid.
My last bracket is called Hate Watch, and it's a TV show called Alien Earth. Hannah really was watching it. I just was watching in the background. I fucking hated that thing so much. It's like, it's worse than Alien versus Predator, those two films.
Oh, Alien versus Predator is fine compared to Alien.
It's just like turning it into a comedy sort of series for kids.
With a pet alien? She freaking has a pet alien? Like,
and there's that reference to that like animated kids film.
Oh, fucking the one with the sloth. Said the sloth. It's like it's got kids. It's just stupid. It makes no sense. Yeah. I am angry. I don't want it considered canon in the Alien universe. If that's actually considered canon in the Alien universe, my little heart's broken. It's broken into a million pieces.
I watched a video the other day where Sigourney Weaver said that she'd be happy to reprise her role as Ripley because Walter Hill, who produced Aliens and Alien 3, and he's sort of been involved in writing some of the screenplays. He's written a new script which is apparently really different, and it'll have the kind of atmosphere of the first three films, and they just need to find a director that is exciting. And like, just remember Ridley Scott had directed one film before he did Alien, The Duelists, and James Cameron had directed Piranha 2. And so there were sort of young new directors that were really exciting. Why don't they get like the Safdie brothers to do one, or like Ari Aster or Robert Eggers or someone like that? But they keep getting these schmucks who do, no offense, but sort of shitty TV shows. Like it isn't shitty. It's what he's good at, Legion. He's not the right person for the Alien.
He's not the right person for the Alien. It's
too funny and too quirky.
Quirky. It had a few scenes that were great, but it is not worthy of just a few good. Honestly, it just shat all over the Alien universe, the Alien lore, and they had these horrible, trashy songs at the end of this episode. It almost sounded like
because they assume that the people
our age group
who were into the Alien films are going to be our age now, and they're going to be excited about this new series. So let's put some Tool at the end of it, or the Smashing Pumpkins song, or.
It just didn't make any sense. It was so bullshit. It was a hate watch.
Yeah.
It will always be a hate watch, and. Please, I just don't want it. It cannot be part of Alien lore. The graphic novels, sure, they are a great part of the Alien universe, but not this TV show. It was absolute dog shit and very, very annoying, very aggravating.
And don't get Neil Blomkamp to do any of them. This is a quirky fucking
we need the
funny
darkness.
South African guy.
We need the darkness. We need the dread. We need the existential
horror.
It needs to be bleak. Bleak, and everyone dies, and it's horrible, and it's traumatic, and it's.
Alien 3 is one of my favourites.
Yeah,
the first two
it made sense.
It's so amazing, but Alien 3 is so underrated, and there's a new edit of it, which is it's like the assembly cut, but someone has colour graded it to make it look more like maybe Fincher would have made it look, and it's kind of got these reddish hues, which that if you can track that version down,
was really good.
It only came out this year, so it's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it was great.
It's like the closest you'll get to a perfect Alien 3.
Yes. So that's it for us.
Yep.
What were your favourite horrors of the year? What did you hate? What did you love? What did you find mediocre? What did you think was overhyped?
Please comment.
Just comment. Just say something. Just let us know.
And you don't have to like or subscribe or any of that.
No,
shit.
fuck all that shit. And we are playing the Dark Room for Halloween because that is what we do on Halloween. We have a wholesome family. Performance of our lovely wholesome family music.
A return to music after we
Yeah.
haven't done anything since our Nosferatu live score.
That was amazing though. That was
Yeah.
so cool. We've just been working on the album I've Been Sick as a Dog. So we don't know how many gigs we're going to be able to do, but we're still at it and we still love it and we're still moiterous as fuck. So we'll see you all.
Have a very happy Halloween. I hope you've had one.
We'll put it out before Halloween.
Okay.
Well. And yes, happy Halloween, the most wonderful time of the year and the most wholesome and happy time of the year. Bye.
Bye.